and let us all do we can to build a better future.
All right. Corporate media spills the secret sauce. Corporate media manages to admit that they are legacy media and they might not be able to stop RFK Jr. Now, let me be very clear here again. I want to see RFK Jr. succeed in a Democratic primary. Ideally, I want to see the DNC collapse in on itself. I want to see that whole infrastructure blow up because the Democrats are uninspiring. That's right, AOC and Bernie Sanders. I'm calling you two out because you two have done nothing to improve the DNC. In fact, you are sheepdogging people into the Democratic Party with the false idea that somehow you're going to, I don't know what, introduce Medicare for all, student debt forgiveness, rebuild our infrastructure, protect the women's right to choose. Yeah, none of that happened. And you're never going to make that happen. Why? Because Bernie Sanders and AOC and everyone else in the Democratic establishment are hack frauds. They're liars. And they're shielded by corporate media. Hey, Bernie, AOC, what's it like to sell out your dignity as the Democratic establishment never once takes up any of your issues? What's it like knowing that you are part of a political party that doesn't give a damn about the American people? Oh, that's right, because you two don't give a damn. And I'm calling out the entire Congressional Progressive Caucus. I'm calling out Bernie Sanders for being the cuck that he is. But corporate media, in this one rare moment, captures and states itself that they are legacy media and they can't stop RFK Jr. So good, let the DNC implode on itself. And I hope that RFK Jr. continues to gain momentum. I would like to see him succeed. I would like to see the incumbent Joe Biden lose. Why? Because Joe Biden is one of the many architects of this neoliberal nightmare that we are in. It's easy to vilify Trump. Yeah, he's the cartoon villain, twirling his mustache in the shadows. But Joe Biden, thanks to the help of corporate media, they managed to portray him as this friendly old grandpa, even though he's been on the wrong side of history for quite some time. Don't believe me? Here, let me show you the video where corporate media admits the truth. They admit the truth just only one time. Shout out to Laurie Spencer for retweeting this out from Chief Nerd. Let's play it, and all of you can hear it for yourselves.
James, thanks so much for joining us. The first question, even before we talk about Kennedy's speech last night, is, and this is a question that journalists are struggling with as we look ahead to 2024, is should we treat Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s pronouncements about vaccines, about cell phones, about all kinds of things that he says that are not rooted in scientific fact, as serious, even as he's contending for the nomination for the presidency of the United States?
I understand the question, and I just don't understand why we're still talking about this in 2023.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why people are talking about it is because, again, there's been a lot of changes. Things have changed a lot, and I got to be careful with the words I use, but the environment is changing. Political talking points that were once deemed as the truth are now being criticized, as they should be.
Look, we dismissed Donald Trump in 2015. Mm-hmm. He's not a serious candidate. He doesn't have a serious following. And further, it's not like the media can be gatekeepers. Mm-hmm. They used to be.
Whoa! They used to be. What? They still are. Hey, Bernie, you know about that firsthand, taking it up the wazoo and then screwing over your supporters who gave up their time, effort, energy, money for you. Remember how corporate media was being a gatekeeper and then how you did nothing to fight for your people?
He's running around. He's on all these different podcasts. He's using all the different types of methods.
As he should, as should any political candidate should. That's smart what RFK Jr. is doing. And I encourage Dr. Cornel West and any other third-party candidate, including libertarians, to do the exact same goddamn thing. I mean, come on. Twitter space with Elon Musk going on Joe Rogan's show. He's going to have a town hall June 28th here in Chicago. Good. I'm happy for that. That's what a smart politician should do, unlike the cuck Bernie, who didn't.
We're showing scenes of his speech last night in New Hampshire, a packed audience. Mm-hmm. How is he reaching these people? It's not like the Boston Globe.
How is he reaching these people? Well, obviously, corporate media is not covering it, but social media is helping out, and he has a strong campaign game. I mean, it's politics 101. The whole idea is, one, you have to have a good message that could resonate with voters. Now, again, I'm not saying I agree with everything with RFK Jr., because I don't. But A good campaign, and this is something that Dr. Cornel West is doing and RFK Jr. is doing, and that is you got to get your message out there. You need to have a strong ground game. You need to get out there to voters. Trump is doing that too. That's politics 101, baby. That's how you get the word out there. You just can't be like, I'm running for president, like Marianne Williamson, and then just being absent, just assuming that people are just going to follow you. Get the hell out of there. You got to be active on the ground. People got to be talking about you. It's being popular. I don't have to explain this to you, but I guess obviously legacy media has a problem with understanding this.
Globe or CBS News can determine who we're going to platform or not. I mean, at one level you can, but it's not like he's not out there. I think more news organizations should cover him seriously because he is serious. He is at 20-something% in the polling. And look at how we're covering Nikki Haley, who's at 3%, or Mike Pence, who's at 6%. He's at 20%. I'm not sure he's going to be the nominee structurally, obviously. I think it's more.
I do think that he's going to be gaining more momentum. I think he will get to the point of getting to 20 to maybe above 20, maybe 30%. I'm being idealistic here. But again, let's just once again restate something that was said on Due Dissidence last night and that we've said and also on the post-duopoly show with RBN. The Democratic Party, the Democratic establishment is a private institution. They already know who their nominee is going to be. So diehard RFK Jr. supporters, if this is your guy you want to support, fine. But be ready for the DNC to say, yeah, okay, let's say in a hypothetical scenario, he wins, right? Hypothetical scenario. The DNC legally could say, we're not going to accept these results. And here's Joe Biden or Gavin Newsom or Kamala Harris. They can do that. Controversial statement here. The Republican primary is far more democratic than the Democratic primary because there's a lot of shenanigans that the DNC can use. And this is the truth. Nico House has done a phenomenal job, has receipts showing how corrupt the DNC is. The Convo Couch has done a phenomenal job in showing how corrupt the DNC is. They have the receipts. I do wish RFK Jr.'s campaign all the best, but this is the truth of it. Be ready for a fight. And I hope RFK Jr. is going to be ready. That's all I could say. I want to be entertained because I want to see the DNC implode. And there's a very good chance that RFK Jr.'s momentum keeps on growing.
More likely he'll end up at a convention next year, the Republican convention in the speaking spot, not the Democratic.
Oh, yeah, he has to throw in the Republican convention, right? Oh, wow. Funny, dude. Funny. There's a very good chance your boy, old man Biden's going to lose. And by the way, I want to acknowledge what Miguel H. says in the chats. Yikes. Will they run Newsom Kamala? Don't give them bad ideas, Miguel H. Don't do that.
That's all fair. And it's not as though I'm excusing the non-scientific things he says. And if people want to say it's dangerous, some of it is dangerous. I agree. I accept the premise, but then cover him and cover how it's dangerous. Cover why he's at 20%. Right now, that's where I'm at in this question. Obviously, I'm pretty animated.
No, but that's exactly what I wanted to hear from you because I think that's an important point that you make. 2 points that stick out to me. One is legacy media is not the gatekeeper, and frankly,
legacy media is not the gatekeeper.
We've never have been.
They never have been. Whoa. Hey, everyone, we're gonna have democracy in the chat. I know, controversial statement. Kit, what is democracy? I've never seen it before. Type 1 if you think legacy media has never been the gatekeeper. They tell the truth and inform us and empower us to be better. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Type 2, yeah. Corporate media legacy media is the gatekeeper. They've been lying to us for years, buddy.
But he has these other outlets and opportunities to get his message across, which is why, as you point out, he's at 20%. And the other point that you make, which I really think is crucial for people to understand, is when he does say things that are not rooted in scientific fact, this is where it is our responsibility to point it out.
Really, it is, huh? Geez, so I got a couple examples. 2003, man, all of corporate media was convinced that there were WMDs in Iraq. Oh, wait, that was a lie. Oh, remember Russiagate? That was a thing. Oh, wait, that's a lie, too. That Hunter Biden laptop story, that is fake news. That is fake news, Kit. How dare you? How simply, oh, wait, that was real, too. It's almost like he got called out. Here, let's play that again one last time. Let's play that again.
No, but that's exactly what I wanted to hear from you, because I think that's an important point that you make. 2 points that stick out to me. One is legacy media is not the gatekeeper, and frankly, we've never have been. But he has these other outlets and opportunities to get his message across, which is why, as you point out, he's at 20%. And the other point that you make, which I really think is crucial for people to understand, is when he does say things that are not rooted in scientific fact, this is where it is our responsibility to point it out. And that's what you've been doing in your reporting.
Wow. Yeah, thank goodness for corporate media. You guys have been really protecting us right here.
And so that's why
Vlad, one more point on this, because I think this is important for the audience.
Yeah.
Look, after Donald Trump won the presidency, we had all these books come out and all this deep thinking. What the heck just happened? Why are people thinking this way? So you know what? Let's do this right. Let's not make the same mistake. Let's do this right now. Why are people skeptical about vaccines? What can we do to educate? Go forward. Anyway.
Hey, what can we do? But now there's another thing too I want to pull up here. And that is how, again, the DNC is doing everything they can to make sure that there will be no force of debate. And I do hope that this does gain traction. And I do encourage third-party voters to make this happen too, because it would be a sight to see the Greens and Libertarians and any other independent candidate to be on the debate stage with the Democratic and Republican candidate. Let's pull this video up. It's from Case Study QB. Please be sure to follow him on Twitter. He's done phenomenal work.
No, it's not fair, Mike Baker. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, we've got to streamline this debate process so that we ensure that the voters have the opportunity to see all the candidates, Democrat and Republican. Right now, I get from the political calculus the sort of age-old consideration that says, look, if I'm ahead or I'm the incumbent, why should I get up on stage and debate, a bunch of people that are polling at 1 to 5 to 10%? But that's not the point here. Certainly on the Democrat side, 80% people saying they want to see a debate. Make it happen. The question that I've got is the same Suffolk University poll says that if Biden Harris are reelected and Biden can't finish the next term, are you comfortable with Harris as president? And 53% of the Democrat voters said, yeah, we're very comfortable. Who are these people that are very comfortable with Kamala Harris being the leader of the free world? But the Republican Party should continue to hammer on this notice that, or this idea that a vote for President Biden is a vote for President Harris.
That's true. And again, look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. Not good.
That should be the tagline every time anybody talks about this election.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with that.
Yeah, well, look, when you look, even go back to the 2020 primary debates, Biden barely participated in those. I mean, he got up there on stage, but his responses were limited to one-sentence answers, and he couldn't hold his own. And you had, the likes of Bernie Sanders and other contenders just eating his lunch. So,
yeah, but oh wait, turns out Bernie decided to be a cuck and go all in for Biden. Never forget that infamous Obama phone call. Pete Buttigieg, Beto O'Rourke, Amy Klobuchar, they all went in for Biden. Now, Kamala, by the way, especially for those who would be happy to see a Kamala presidency, just remember, in 2020, her campaign went belly up before the first primary vote took place. Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her not once but twice. She got 0 delegates. The only reason why Kamala is relevant is because Klobuchar had some scandals surrounding her, especially during the George Floyd protest. So, just throwing it out there.
Look, in 2020, the hide and Biden or Biden in the basement strategy worked for them. They already know that Biden
hiding Biden. I forgot that.
Is their guy. They don't want to upset the apple cart. They're doing everything possible to give him a chance to just roll him out there again and hide him from the American public, because the American public would very quickly see that our commander in chief is not capable of critical thinking at the level that we would expect our commander in chief to be able to quickly solve complex problems. And I don't think he has that.
Oh God, they have to show him tripping. You have to do buying that dirty. But hang on. Let's laugh anyways.
Yeah, and I want to push back on something that Marianne Williamson said towards the end, where she said that the Republicans are just like this too. No, they're not. This is actually a big difference between Democrats.
No, Republicans are like this too. Come on. The Republicans have got a lot of old politicians. The Republican Party is just as corrupt, Fox News. Come on. You know what the deal is. I get it that Fox News is right-wing. I get that CNN and MSNBC are quote-unquote left-leaning Democrat liberals. I get that. But come on. Both parties are the same. Fox News. Listen, do you want to end up like CNN? The way you're going, you're going to end up like them.
Democrats and Republicans. The Republicans generally value the competition of ideas. You see this in the GOP.
Competition of ideas. Oh my God. You know, by the way, I just want to let all these Republican voters know, look, I don't care if you support Trump. That's fine. Or whoever you want to support. That's on you. However, and this is very serious here, the Republican Party is taking some notes from how the Democratic Party runs their primary. They're going to make all the candidates sign the oath of allegiance. Whoever the nominee is, everyone must endorse them. Follow orders and sign the paper. You know, Republican voters, if you blink too fast, your primaries are going to end up looking like Democratic primaries. Is that what you want? Just a heads up, because the answer is it will happen, because the Republican Party is just as corrupt as the Democratic Party. And it will happen. It's going to happen. Just heads up. You heard it here from Hard Lens Media. Run with it however which way you want. But just don't be surprised if one day you hear the term Republican superdelegate. It can and will most likely happen.
Primary field right now. Look at how many candidates have entered, and because they know that they are going to be given a shot to actually participate in the contest for the nomination. Democrats aren't like that. And you're right to bring up the Bernie Sanders example from 2016, because it's been the same thing over and over and over again, where the Democratic establishment chooses who it wants to run, and no one else has a shot. And I think that we're starting to see the dam break a little bit with this. If you look at the polling for RFK Jr., he's actually performing an amazing service for Democratic voters. There was a Fox News survey that found that he's polling at around 16%. Yeah, that's amazing. So why are they trying to shut him down? And again, you know, you look at how the media treats GOP candidates, especially, you know, Fox always gives these candidates a platform. The Democratic media establishment has written RFK Jr. off as a stooge, as a kook. They won't even give him a chance to speak his mind.
All right, Fox News, give him a town hall then. I'll even go a step further. Give RFK Jr. a town hall on your platform. You'll get the views. Trust me. Give Dr. Cornel West a town hall. Give the Libertarian Party candidate a town hall. Go ahead and do that. Hell, I'll even throw in a bloopy here. While she still has some steam left in her, give Marianne Williamson a town hall. Go ahead and do that. Come on, Fox. Look, you're kind of doing the bridge too far by saying, yeah, Republicans are better than Democrats. No. And by the way, one other thing here too. Maybe you could help mend the relationship. Maybe give some flowers to Donald Trump, and maybe give him a town hall too. You know, do that. I know you did so with Hannity, but do it again one more time. Trust me on it. You'll bring in the views. Do you want to end up like CNN? Because that's what's going to happen to you.
Jake Tapper called him a quack.
Yes. It's very, very different between the two parties.
There was a very interesting, podcast with Rogan, obviously Joe Rogan, who had RFK on, right? And that sent the Democrats into
poor Williamson. She's there at the end, like, "Hey guys, I'm still here."
Into a frenzy, right? Because they couldn't believe he had a platform to get out there and talk.
That's right.
So it's embarrassing, I think, for the DNC to be holding this position and to be acting as if this is a monarchy somehow, and that it's all preordained.
Yeah, I saw the clip the other day on CNN, Jake Tapper calling RFK a quack. It was so shocking.
Again, I do wish RFK Jr. and his campaign all the best. They are doing everything they can to dismiss him. And Again, corporate media is playing their role perfectly in silencing and suppressing any information about who the other candidates are against Joe Biden. The DNC is going to try and play the same book of hiding Biden and making sure the American voters are indifferent or are not aware of what's happening in their elections. So corporate media is afraid of RFK Jr. Corporate media is afraid of third parties. Corporate media is afraid of anyone challenging the status quo. And what I have to say, or I said status quo, ha. Nonetheless, corporate media is afraid of anyone challenging the status quo. Break away from the system, folks. Now more than ever, we need to challenge the two-party system. And I think at this point in time, we're witnessing cracks within the establishment. It's long overdue.